In 2018, I started studying in another city, 2 hours from my hometown. While it wasn't that far away, it felt like light years of distance between me and my old life. I lived alone in a cheap apartment 1 minute from the music institute, and slowly but surely I would start my descent. At first, I started practicing piano up to 12 hours a day until late at night, going insane over every minute mistake. I started to lose the connection to my old friends and to my hometown. Then I worked on a project that took me deep into a long, sad and lonely phase. Alcohol and more followed, and I started to lose sight of what was important and what wasn't. But then I downloaded a game called Fallout New Vegas, and it changed my view on certain aspects of life. In Fallout New Vegas, you get shot in the head and are left for dead. But against all odds, you survive. A doctor fixes you up, and so you go on your journey to seek revenge, but also to find out who shot you and why. The more you discover about the Mojave Desert, New Vegas, Hoover Dam, Mr. House, the NCR, the Legion, and so many others, the more you realize your decisions matter. They might not always matter in the short term, but in the long term, they always do. Everything comes back, either in a positive or negative way. Although it is not as sophisticated as it could be, it still is brilliant. The karma infection system, letting you know that your decisions affect different groups of people, but also single individuals. It is a harsh environment and not everybody can be trusted. You never know as much as you think you do, and the more you find out, the more you realize you are just a tiny pawn on a chessboard that is both merciless and cruel, and played by players far greater than your little insignificant self. Standing still and not moving at all can be much worse than moving in the wrong direction. It is the staticness of motion that affects your day-to-day life. If you are not moving, you are not changing, you aren't developing or evolving, you aren't experiencing, be it good or bad. It could be argued that most things in life happen when you move forward, but sometimes moving backwards can give you a better view of your mistakes and maybe even lead to moving forward again. Nonetheless, it should always be an option to take the risky road.
Robert Frost said, 2 roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by. And that has made all the difference. I want you to find your own walk right now, your own way of striding, pacing, any direction, anything you want.
Loneliness is something that spreads more and more these days, especially with social media and the big city lifestyle. You always think you are connected with strangers online and on the streets, but you really aren't. Most genuine connections happen when we expect at least. We had 10 bad dates, so the 11th one must be bad as well. You had some toxic friends, so the new people will also be awful. But then we get surprised by the good-hearted people that still exist in this world. If you have ever wandered the streets at a late evening or night, you probably encountered some lonely souls, be it drunk or sober. We all yearn for connection and a friendly face, a hug and a kiss, maybe just a pat on the shoulder and some supporting words. A call or text on your birthday, a surprise visit, a little gift, maybe a letter with some heartfelt words. Being alone also means feeling alone. You don't have anyone to really fall back on. Your back is exposed to the harsh bitterness of reality. It takes time to build deep and lasting connections, but what is life worth if you don't seek for something true and warm? You can't find what you don't seek, so start searching. You probably have seen or heard about Dune. In the novel, Frank Herbert describes the desert as being silent and empty, yet full of life underground. Little animals hide in the dunes far away from the burning sun. While it is a harsh and sometimes alien environment, it is also part of our world. The desert is just like life, unforgiving yet fair, silent yet loud, warm yet cold, never-ending yet limited. In Fallout New Vegas, the Mojave Desert is the perfect setting for its themes, the factions and the inner workings, raging war across the country. The powerful make decisions for the powerless. And so you move on, a part of something bigger, but still so insignificant. A career with no home and no family, lonely and broken. Marching through the silence, you will find your shadow in the burning sun one day. Decisions are something so universally easy to understand and yet so very incomprehensible sometimes. You understand that people are different, maybe even why they are different, but it is so hard to really get the point of view of someone. Our brains are limited in our way of thinking. Society has changed our way of life. What you need to do is filter out the morally bad and good aspects of your culture, society and friend group. After all, you are born to take the risky road and help the world become a better place. Even if it is just a little step, it is still a step into a world full of kindness and manners. We should decide for the future and not just for now. We have responsibility for our future generations as well. And it all starts with making small but right and important decisions. And so I started taking all decisions into my own hand. I would find love and I would find happiness. I would find the reason for my life and look back at my past with a smile. I would find peace somewhere in the shadow of the valley where I would like to settle down.
In the shadow of the valley, I would like to settle down. Wide open space, wind on my face, a distant horizon, the moon on the crest, in the shadow of the valley that I love best. You have always waited for me, and you always will be there. Sagebrush and pine,